Here's something that might shock you. While politicians debate education funding and parents stress over school supply costs, one country music legend is quietly revolutionizing early childhood literacy right in our backyard, and the results are staggering. As Capital Region students returned to their classrooms this past week, thousands of local families discovered something extraordinary waiting in their mailboxes. Not bills or advertisements, but carefully curated children's books, completely free, delivered monthly like clockwork, courtesy of Dolly Parton's Imagination Library program. But here's where it gets controversial. Is this celebrity-backed initiative actually addressing a fundamental failure in our education system? The United Way of the Greater Capital Region has been championing this remarkable program that delivers premium children's literature directly to families' doorsteps. Every participating child receives their inaugural book, The Classic Tale, The Little Engine That Could, at enrollment events, marking the beginning of what could be a transformative educational journey. Here's what most people don't realize about the scope of this program. Any child residing in the 9-county service area, spanning Albany, Columbia, Fulton, Greene, Montgomery, Rensselaer, Saratoga, Schenectady, and Schoharie counties, qualifies for participation from the moment they're born until they enter kindergarten. Picture this scenario, explains Peter Gannon, CEO of United Way of the Greater Capital Region. A child receives a carefully selected, age-appropriate book delivered by Postal Service every single month throughout their early years. By the time they're ready for kindergarten, they've accumulated a personal library of 60 premium children's books. And this is the part most people miss. The program isn't just about distributing books. It's addressing a critical educational disparity that research consistently links to lifelong outcomes. Gannon reveals the stark reality behind early literacy gaps. Children who lack early reading exposure face significantly higher risks throughout their lives. They're statistically more likely to experience reduced lifetime earnings, increased high school dropout rates, lower college completion rates, and greater involvement with the criminal justice system. But here's where the conversation becomes heated. Should we celebrate this private initiative, or should we be questioning why such programs are necessary in the first place? The cognitive science behind early literacy development reveals fascinating insights about how young minds absorb language patterns, develop critical thinking skills, and build creative pathways. When caregivers engage in regular reading activities with children, they're simultaneously strengthening emotional bonds while establishing foundational academic capabilities. Extensive research demonstrates that households with accessible books create environments where literacy naturally flourishes, leading to enhanced academic performance throughout a child's educational career. The Imagination Library addresses this need by ensuring book accessibility reaches families regardless of economic circumstances. Here's something that might surprise you about the program's impact. This summer, the United Way of the Greater Capital Region achieved a milestone that speaks volumes about community engagement. They celebrated delivering their 100,000th book since the program's local inception. Currently supporting over 12,000 active participants, the organization continues expanding enrollment efforts for the upcoming academic year. But this raises an important question. In an increasingly digital world, are physical books still the most effective literacy tool, or are we clinging to outdated methods? Gannon offers a personal perspective that many parents will recognize. Initially, I viewed bedtime reading simply as a calming routine for my children. I never understood that I was actually preparing them for kindergarten success and establishing patterns that would influence their entire academic trajectory. The program's low-cost, high-impact model enables organizations to reach substantial numbers of children and families. But critics might argue, does this approach create dependency on external support rather than empowering families to build their own literacy resources? What's your take on this approach? Do celebrity-endorsed literacy programs like Dolly Parton's Imagination Library represent innovative solutions to educational challenges, or do they highlight systematic gaps that should be addressed through different means? Have you witnessed the impact of early literacy programs in your own family or community, and do you believe monthly book delivery truly transforms reading habits? Or is consistent parental engagement the real game changer? Share your thoughts and experiences. This conversation affects every child in our region.